Deck 1, cargo bay. First, synchronize the launch of the escape pods so it occurs right before we transport. Make sure one shuttle launches along with them too. I'll also need you to set the launch angle of both the pods and the shuttle to 180 degrees from the Kronos fleet.
Will do.
Next, have it look like we and Relia will transport to the Daravolos, but actually transport us to the shuttle.
Transport us to a fast-moving object? Impossible.
Have the shuttle brake right before we transport, so it slows down enough to stabilize its coordinates. We should still be able to escape as long as we accelerate afterwards.
That's theoretically possible, but...
With your programming skills, Anne, I know you're able to turn theory into reality. You're the only one who can make this work.
I'll try my best to get us through this. Somehow.
You're not gonna try. You're gonna do. If the shuttle's too fast, we'll materialize in outer space. But if we slow it down too much, we'll get caught in the blast and completely disintegrate along with the enemy ships.
For the love of... Just how many miracles do we need here?
None. Not a single one of these obstacles is too much for us to overcome by ourselves. Leave everything to me, kiddo. I'll keep you safe and sound.
Like Fidel did?
Yes, exactly like Fidel did.
I'm finished.
I knew you'd be done in no time.
Thanks for the compliment, sir.
Now, let's hurry to the transport room. Deck 2, transport room. Kenny to the Akagi.
Yes?
How are things coming?
Done in 6 minutes.
Do it in 4 or you'll be cosmic dust.
I'll make sure they do, sir.
I won't be able to give any further commands. So figure out the timing and warp out at your own discretion. Time to show us what you're made of and reprogram the transporter, Anne. Have it display coordinates that are in the Daravolos, but set the real ones to inside the shuttle.
I know what to do. We have an incoming transmission from the Daravolos.
Bring it up.
Have you yet to finish your preparations, Captain Kenny? Our ship is now within the established 30,000 click secure transport radius. You may begin transport now.
I know. Sadly, we don't have sufficient energy to do that. I request permission to engage warp drive.
Fine, but don't even think of raising your shields.
We won't.
Your warp drive is on, and your transport coordinates are indeed correct. Now send us our test subject.
We'll be right over in a mere 20 seconds.
Captain Aaron, we've determined that escape pods are launching from the Charles de Gaulle.
You what? What in the hell is going
8,
on?
7,
What are you filthy
6,
swine perpetrating?
5,
Answer me, Kenny! What
4,
have you done?
3, 2, 1.
Please forgive me, General!
Good work, Anne. All right, Warp 1.1. Let's head to Fake Reed 4.
The Charles de Gaulle. We made it without a single scratch, thanks to your awareness and acuity, sir.
Sleep tight, old friend.
Captain, just so you know, the shuttle has now officially been cloaked.
Thanks for the update. Kenny to the Akagi. Do you read me?
I do, loud and clear.
Whew. I'm glad you guys are okay.
Our sentiments exactly, Captain. I'm also pleased to report we're safely on our way to Remote Station 5.
That's great news.
We lack adequate power for subspace transmissions, and we're about to lose our signal. So let me say one thing first. We've already filed a request with the aforementioned base to mobilize a rescue squad. They're scheduled to arrive in a few days.
While you're at it, put in a request for you-know-what.
You don't mean the Model G, do you? That's ludicrous. They'll never approve that. It hasn't undergone a single test flight.
Make the request.
I suppose it can't hurt to ask. Oh, and there's something of the utmost import I need to discuss.
We lost them. I don't understand why you wouldn't say the most important thing first if you were about to go out of range.
I think he would have if you hadn't made that demand.
Well, there's no use thinking about what might have been. We should probably lay low somewhere until the rescue team from Remote Station 5 comes.
Yes, sir.
Oh, no. Relia!
It can't be. She's transporting. How could I be so careless as to overlook the transport tracker? What an elementary mistake.
One of the 3 ships apparently got their shields up in time, I see.
Unlike the Darivolos, the other 2 ships might have already had them up in case of an emergency. Even if we weren't on the bridge, I should have looked over the data more thoroughly. Still, they should have sustained a decent amount of damage from the overload. I doubt they'll be able to warp out of this sector anytime soon.
Maybe so. But we can't do anything without our own ship.
You say those gleaming sticks came from this so-called Kronos. I find this quite difficult to believe.
I saw it with my own 2 eyes. How's the front line?
The troops with the gleaming sticks supposedly vanished right after we did. Once the Tricurans were deprived of their secret weapon, they were no longer a match for our military strength.
So you held them off?
We did, and now a plan is in motion to invade Eastern Tricur. If it goes well, they will be forced to retreat from our border. Speaking of Eastern Tricur, I was just about to head there.
Allow me to take part in the invasion with you.
Take part?
I assume they would want me to come along as a reinforcement anyway.
Rasuli is our homeland, and Fiore is a good friend. So I have more than enough reasons to fight, too.
Very well, then. I doubt anyone will oppose the addition of reserves. I'll let my superiors know.
Thank you.
The faster we can join everyone, the better. Therefore, let's make for Eastern Tricur post-haste. I'll give you the details on the way.
Sorry.
Our strategy for this battle requires us to split our army in 2. Master Camuse will command the main force, which will charge head-on at the enemy, overwhelming them with numbers and distracting them.
I figured as much.
Our detachment will infiltrate the Kingdom of Tricur by passing through the Western Dakov Tunnel. This will put us on the other side of the Imperial troops in eastern Trakor, allowing us to attack from behind.
Okay.
Okay.
To reach the tunnel, we must venture beyond Sword of View until we come to a fork in the road. Then we head southwest. Mobility will be of the utmost importance in arriving at our objective. Therefore, we will move in small units. We are to rendezvous with the other detachment members at eastern Trakor. I would rather not be the last ones there, so let us make haste.
Sounds like a plan.
Do you remember Cassius?
That kid genius? It's hard to forget someone like him.
I promised that as soon as he reaches the appropriate age, I'd imbue him with a signet, but I don't know. I still have reservations about it.
Why? Because he's a kid?
Exactly. I seriously don't understand how those people could imbue a young girl like Relia with one.
Could have been worse, I guess.
Looks like I'm gaining on my
Feels
father.
good to be so strong.
Our strategy here left much to be
I just
desired.
wanted. I still have a lot more to learn.
Once we're beyond Sword of View, we should head southwest to find the Western Dakov Tunnel.
perfect as it gets.
That was it?
Incoming! Opportunity, no!
Could have been worse, I guess. A decisive win with minimal casualties.
Still got a long way to go.
Why can't they all be this easy?
Looks like I'm gaining on my father.
A warrior must continue. Another trial.
You can count on me. go home.
Looks like I'm
A warrior
gaining on my
must
father.
continue to hone his skills. We should head northeast. That way, we'll arrive at the far end of Eastern Trakor, and we can rendezvous with the other members of the detachment.
Sorry.
The lieutenant's too soft on you, Fidel. I understand the appeal of doting on a young disciple, but that's no reason to involve civilians in military matters.
Hey, my dad's trained me longer than him.
So what if he has? That's mere nitpicking. Not once during my service have I ever known Lieutenant Oakville to be late to a rendezvous. Especially not so he could listen to someone's anecdotes. I swear, what's gotten into that man?
Ah, Fidel. According to...
All soldiers form up! Don't let the enemy use their gleaming sticks. If by chance you do, don't let them hit you. No matter what. Those weapons may be intimidating when wielded by a group, but they're nothing individually. Remember, we have chosen this plan precisely because it provides the main force a strategic advantage. Should we fail, all it will provide them is a swift death. Now go and do us proud! We shall now commence Operation Snake Eyes. All units, move out!
Lady Brunelli, Fidel, Miki, let's move.
Emerson, what are you doing here?
That can wait until the battle. First, we have Fidel, concentrate on the enemies in front of you. Mission accomplished. We've weakened the enemy forces. Definitely not the time for talking.
Kill them if you have to! And protect me!
We need to get as much of the enemy as possible.
I've got your back. Together we'll go on the raft
as quickly as possible.
Ah, that might just work.
Rasulian soldiers have been spotted infiltrating the eastern gates. We'll be caught between two separate forces if we don't do something.
I'll show those plane squatters mercy this time. Come on, you bastards. Let's bolt.
You promised us!
I'm sorry.
If you're not gonna punch the living daylights out of them, then I definitely will. What are you doing? Why won't you let me at them?
Punching them won't solve any of our problems, Miki. The only thing it'll prove is that your fist can bruise just like anyone else's.
What are we going to do now? It seemed as if we vastly underestimated the extent to which Kronos values Relia. We never thought they would go to such lengths to obtain her. And as you already know, we have neither our ship nor a clue as to her whereabouts.
Great, so we can't do anything.
I assure you that rescuing Relia is just as important to the Federation as it is to you.
So you'll help us pry her from their clutches?
Of course.
Sadly, we have no leads. Did you also lose all that stuff along with your ship? What stuff?
You know, the data we retrieved from the laboratory before it exploded. Do you still have any of it?
Ah.
Oh, how unlike me. That completely slipped my mind.
I guess I got mentally tripped up too. So, we might have something after all, huh?
We'll go right to the Symbological Research Facility and review the data there.
How long will that take?
1 or 2 hours at most.
Please don't come back empty-handed.
I won't.
Okay, then let's reconvene in this room when we're done.
Situation permitting, I'll also lend a hand.
Thank you.
They left behind some transmissions between them and another facility.
What's that mean for us?
It means there's someone else involved.
I see. So you're implying that the enemy must have at least one more base of operations besides that research facility.
Is Relia there?
I can't say for sure, It is, however, worth investigating. Even if we don't find her, we'll likely come away with some helpful information anyway.
The unfortunate thing is we haven't identified its location.
But you know where to start, right? Let's hear it.
Very well. All signs point to Kronos engaging in the study of symbometrics.
Symbometrics?
We have techniques that resemble what the people on your planet have termed signaturgy, but we call them symbology. Examining those techniques scientifically and systemizing them is called symbometrics. Regrettably for us, Kronos' advancements in this field make us seem like barbarians by comparison.
So you can't analyze them?
Sadly, no.
Wow. From my point of view, you two can do almost anything.
We have no recourse since there is no database from which to draw precedent. Also, I'd venture your planet's signaturgy is almost as advanced as our symbology.
You think so?
If my theory is correct, then we could analyze the various energy wave patterns emitted by signaturgical techniques and run them past the quad scanner's AI, which might allow us to detect some waves that Kronos' symbology-based equipment could not. Fiore, would you be willing to impart the full extent of your signaturgical knowledge to us for this purpose?
If you were just a nosy scholar, my only response would be 3 swift kicks to the shins. But for Aurelia's sake, I'll do it.
Thank you so very much.
I'm getting butterflies in my stomach just thinking how my knowledge could open up a new world to everyone.
Then I shall get started on the recording process immediately. Afterwards, I'll set to analyzing all the information we obtained. A word of caution, though. Depending on the volume of data, the process could take an exceedingly long time.
Well, it is what it is. No helping that. So how much time do you think you'll need?
I assume 1 night will be sufficient.
A whole night?
It would only be an instant if we had our ship.
There's no need to get anxious now. Let's get some sleep and then reconvene on the morrow.
What the? Did people leave or something?
You have it basically figured out, right?
For the most part. But there's still...
But there's still what? Out with it. What are you doing up this late at night?
Nothing much.
I'm so sorry I couldn't keep my promise to protect Relia.
Chin up, Emerson. I know full well that Relia's predicament isn't your guys' fault. If anyone should be sorry, it's me, not you. There's no excuse for the way I've behaved toward you recently.
And with that manly apology of yours goes the last shred of my dignity.
I know you feel bad, but Relia's safety is more important than any of our feelings. We can't get her back without you.
You have my word for sure this time. I'll do whatever it takes to save Relia. Done with the analysis?
That we are, sir. We were able to confirm trace energy readings that emanate from the banks of the Isok River in Trekur.
Could the readings possibly be from some other type of structure?
According to our map, there are no visible man-made structures in the area.
That's suspicious.
I say, we go check it out.
And we're off, people.
Decisive win with minimal casualties.
More challenges lie ahead. You can count on me.
Not bad for a guy with a few years on it.
We have the advantage! What you doing?
Why can't they hardly work together? More challenges lie ahead.
casualties.
Hardly
That
worth
was
the
it.
effort. I refuse to stop here.
Close to perfect as it gets.
More
Still
challenges
got a
lie
long way
ahead.
to go.
A decisive win with minimal casualties.
That was it.
Battle nourishes the warrior.
Why can't they all be
Still
this
room
easy?
for improvement.
That was it?
Why can't they all be? Hardly worth the
You can
effort.
count on me.
The more skillful I get, the more charming I become.
We have the drop on.
As close to perfect as it
better
gets.
than that.
Enemy elimination successful.
Ready? A decisive
More
win with
challenges
minimal
lie ahead.
casualties.
I refuse to stop here.
We have the advantage!
Enemy advantage. That's how you do that.
Ugh, now my clothes are all dirty.
Still got a long way to go.
Opportunity knocked! That wasn't even worth the effort.
That was
What
it.
I say? I'm a
A
perfectionist.
warrior must continue to hone his skills.